Good morning. Let's talk sunscreen today, and an amazing moisturizer slash sunscreen that I've been using for years and years. And I'm going to do an application, and I'm also going to talk about this one as well. So I've got a K-Beauty and I've got an American sunscreen. Let's get to it. So it is early afternoon here now. It is dark and rainy outside. You may be able to hear a little bit of the rain. So when I got up this morning, I did already apply the Nivea UV Super Gel Water. So Super Water Gel 50. I'm sorry, these names seem to be getting longer and longer. Has an absolutely beautiful consistency. I did that all over my face. I like to do that in the morning before I work out, and then later on I go in with my Dermatology Universal 46. Now, this is not a routine that I do every day. Sometimes I just go in with one or the other, but I'm going to explain the difference between the two. And since we are going to reapply, I don't mind showing you this, and I'll apply some more. This is just the most beautiful consistency. I did this already on my face today, and that's why I have some eyeshadow on, because that was my base. And I always like, for the neck, I always like using a sunscreen that is not tinted, so without any iron oxides, because I just find it always somehow creeps onto my clothing. So this particular sunscreen I order online from Stylovana, and this is the Japanese version. Some great ingredients in this one, and I'm going to list them on the screen, but the real focus of this video is going to be this sunscreen. And then we can call this like application for beginners, because I'm going to teach you the way I learned how to use sunscreen. And this is my absolute favorite method that I learned from Dr. Sam. She's a dermatologist, and she does a lot of YouTube videos here. I'll link some of her stuff below. She is also, I believe, the founder of her own line. I think it's Dr. Sam Skincare. I'm not sure. It's definitely not available in stores in Canada. It's probably just available like online. I think she's out of the UK. So nevertheless, I really do enjoy her videos, and I learn a lot from her. And in specific, one thing that I'll never forget is the way she taught us all to apply sunscreen, and it is called the 13 dot method. I am going to show you exactly the 13 dot method, but before that, I am going to talk about this sunscreen, which is my absolute favorite tinted moisturizer slash sunscreen. And sidebar here, the 13 dot method, if you're a beginner, it is a really easy way to get your face full of sunscreen. So I've heard different things about how much sunscreen you need, but the latest stuff that I saw online said like a 1/4 teaspoon, perhaps a 1/3 teaspoon. I like to make sure that I do 2 layers on my face, and I feel like I'm covered. Okay, before I do the application, let me tell y'all about this. So again, no affiliation. I just absolutely love this. I've probably gone through like 6 bottles or so of this. This is actually deceiving because inside the tube is really thin. So this is considered a moisturizer and sunscreen because of the ingredients. Let's talk about the ingredients. The ingredients include the following: a high concentration of niacinamide. What is niacinamide? Again, I'll have some notes on screen, but niacinamide is an absolutely phenomenal ingredient for skincare. It is really great for just evening out the face and the redness. And those of us who have very reactive acne-prone skin, 2 thumbs on that one. It can help you with acne. It can help you with fine lines and wrinkles. So overall, you will see niacinamide in a lot of skincare products. It also has a good amount of vitamin E in here, which is a great moisturizer for the skin. Once you see this texture, you'll understand what I'm talking about. There's also hyaluronic acid in here, of course, a humectant. It draws water in. So you have to make sure that when you are using if you are using a separate hyaluronic acid, you always add moisturizer on top. You know what happens if you don't? And I've learned this the hard way. your skin actually ends up being drier than it originally was. And I used to deal with super dry skin. I feel like it's pretty balanced right now, but I no longer ever buy a separate hyaluronic acid. My skin doesn't want it. It just doesn't work for me. But when I see it in products, I know that it's going to help me draw the water in. So I'm actually very happy about that. But again, you really don't need it in a second product because there's like hyaluronic acid in everything. So it's a good humectant. But again, you just need it in combination with the product. I would never layer it. Not only did it dry out my skin, I actually had adverse reactions to it. I'm not going to name the brand because I don't think it's the brand's fault. I just think it's the fact that like my skin doesn't need a separate hyaluronic acid. So let's get into this application here. And then I'm also going to tell you about the protection in here. So 13 dots. This is just so cosmetically elegant. 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 on the forehead, 3 on the cheeks, 2 on the nose, and then 2 on the chin, and you rub it in. So why do I love, oh my God, before I get into why do I love, it feels amazing. It's just so soothing. Feels like a light moisturizer. You can see I have very reactive skin, so it turns red. It has nothing to do with the product. Like this doesn't happen to my sister who has very olive skin tone. It just happens to me. Okay, so the tint in here. Why is the tint so important? Well, the tint comes from something called iron oxides, and that is what we need to protect our skin from blue light and infrared light. What is that? Your phone, your smartphone, your smart TV, any kind of blue light you're getting from your tablet, basically like our devices that we're on in 2025 every moment of the day. You guys, those give off blue light. Now, this particular sunscreen has UVA and UV protection, infrared light protection, and blue light protection. It's really important to understand that because UVA are the rays from the sun that cause aging. UVB are the rays from the sun that give us those sunburns, okay? And then the infrared light is what ages us. We are going to age. We might as well age beautifully, okay? Like fine wine. And yes, it can be done. I've seen so many people just aging so beautifully. And honestly, aging does not mean that you're not looking good. Aging just means that you're changing. Embrace those changes. Okay, so that's the way I like to think about it. We are getting wiser. So let's talk about the niacinamide in here. Now you noticed I didn't put it around my eyes. That is not because it bothers me. A lot of people get irritated from niacinamide, so please be aware of that there is a high concentration of niacinamide in here. Let me tell you, from a sensitive skin girly, I have never had any irritation from this product ever. This is like my 6th bottle, probably even more than that. So basically 0 irritation from this product, and I put it all over my eyes. But as I mentioned, I did my sunscreen this morning all over my eyes, and I'm working inside today. It is dark and rainy. I'm not going outside. So I have a little bit of eyeshadow on and a little bit of eyeliner. So I'm not going to put this over top that. But in the summertime, when I use this daily all over my eyes, I've never, ever, ever had a problem. It may or may not be an issue for you, so just be aware of that. Now let's talk about layering this with makeup. So this is one layer of this, and that's all I'm going to do for the purpose of this video. You see how it gives me like a dewy glow? That's all you're going to get. There's no coverage with this. Now, if you have like flawless skin and you like to see your skin shine through, like a sunscreen, like a tinted sunscreen, you will love this. Now, of course, I have blemish prone skin. I have my own issues, and I do need more coverage than this, but not for my everyday kind of lifestyle. If I was looking for my perfect, smooth, really velvety finish, I would of course, do my full makeup that I do like for broadcast television, or just if I have a rendezvous somewhere going out, this is like not enough. This is not makeup at all. It's not a BB cream. It's not a CC cream. So how does it work under makeup? It works well under makeup. However, you have to know how to apply it, because I used to get a little bit of peeling. So you saw me apply this with my fingers. Now, if you're going to apply, again, makeup advice, I'm not the best at doing makeup, but I would definitely suggest using the right type of brushes. And okay, it's small little areas, just like you would ordinarily do. Now, if you slap a bunch of makeup on here and you're rubbing it around, you're going to say, oh, it doesn't work well because it's over this specific product. No, you have to be aware of the specific application process for your makeup all the time. But if you're using this, it does not change it. You need to let this soak in. And that's another thing that Dr. Sam says about application of skincare and application of sunscreen. So let me give you some of her info here, and I'll see if I can find those original videos and link them below. Just like all of the other products, including the sunscreen, she recommends just leaving a little bit of time in between. And I love what she says. She's very easy to watch. And she essentially was saying something like, do one layer of skincare, go grab yourself a cup of tea, do another layer of skincare, go write an email, do another layer of skincare. By layer, I just mean like a product. And she makes it very easy. So then you come in lastly with your 13 dot method, with your sunscreen, et voila, you're done. Chill out. Now, if you want to add makeup on top of that, take a chill pill, and then you do the rest of your makeup. And it works really well for me. Whenever I rapid fire any layers of essentially any kind of skincare on my face, including the sunscreen, it just never works out for me, guys. I get gross peeling when it comes to doing makeup, to the point that I panic and I think I need to exfoliate. It's not the exfoliation, because I exfoliate quite a bit. I use chemical exfoliants, by the way, for those who are curious. I've done videos on those, just the AHAs and the BHAs. It's not the exfoliating. So I'm just saying that to you all too, because it may be your issues too, where you think you may have to exfoliate more. It's not that. It really is the application. So like right now, I wouldn't even start my makeup. I'd want it to seep in a little more personally before I'd start my makeup, because just the way I'm not an expert in makeup, I find like mine tends to pill a lot. And a makeup artist I worked with told me that too. We were doing my makeup for the TV series I'm working on, and she said, don't do your sunscreen. She made me bring this in, and she applied it for me, and then she did my makeup, and I didn't have a problem. She said it's all in my specific application, and I definitely agree with that. So I have been getting better. I make sure that my face is moist, and then I do small sections of all the products. And then lastly, just an extra point for application, which y'all know, you always want to go like thinnest to thickest. So start with the water-based and then get into the serums. So this works beautifully as the last step before makeup. Now let's talk about the protection in here and where you can get it and the cost. As you can see here, it says SPF 46, and this is the glow version. They do have another version that is a matte finish, and I'm not sure of those ingredients because I've never purchased it, but you can see it online. Where do I purchase this? I purchased this directly from the DRMTLGY Universal Tinted Moisturizer Sunscreen website. I am really afraid of purchasing dupes, so please be aware of that. They do exist everywhere, so I'm just not comfortable with that. So I always buy it from the website. Cost me about $43 US plus shipping to Canada whenever I'm in Canada. When I'm overseas, I make sure that I get it delivered. I get it shipped to Canada before I go overseas. I don't know if they would ship in Europe. And I also want to say that I've never seen this go on sale except for probably like a Black Friday sale. So twice I've gotten it on sale. I got it once on a Black Friday sale, and then other times I was able to find coupon codes from just people that are pushing it on YouTube, and they'll give you like affiliate codes and stuff like that. I do not have one because I'm not associated with them, but I wouldn't mind to do a promo because I absolutely love this stuff. It goes on beautifully, very cosmetically elegant. So $43 US was the price the last time I checked. I would say it's well worth it. It lasts me a while. I would do, if it was summer now and the UV index was 3 and above, I would definitely do 2 layers of this, or like what I've done today, I've done 2 layers of just different sunscreens. The only reason I didn't put this on my neck and chest is just because, like I said, I was afraid of, you know, getting something dirty. But in the summer when I'm wearing dresses, you can definitely do this on your neck and décolleté. Now, as far as any irritation, I have not felt any irritation from this, no sensitivity issues with it. And again, I'm using the Dewy Glow one, the newer one that is matte. I'm not even sure if niacinamide is included in the newer one, but I know it's a matte finish. And my favorite part of this is the glowy dew finish, one of my favorite parts. And the protection is fantastic. Whenever I wear this just out like this, I always get compliments about my dewy skin, and my skin is one thing I don't get that much compliments on. So when I do receive the compliments, I know it's all due to this. So if you guys have any inquiries about this, anything that I missed, do let me know. Comments always welcome in the description box below, and of course all relevant links and info will be there. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a beautiful day. Bye everybody.